guys for joining it this morning. As Greg has said, it's an honor to follow you here. It's somewhat perilous being the last speaker of the day. You don't want to be the speaker before lunch, and you don't want to be the last speaker, right? So I have full disclosure. I have a family member that's a timer. Everybody else has got 10 minutes. I've got 45. So just sit back and relax, and we'll be good, okay? I am running for Clerk-Recorder, my second term. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the office, because probably most of you don't know what we do. I hardly know what we do. But how I got here. For those of you that I don't know, I'm a lifelong law enforcement officer. Many years ago, well, not that many years ago, when I had dark hair, I was 19 years old, I was hired by the California State Police. And soon after I was hired, I got assigned to a security detail for somebody that we all know. Some of us were alive, some of us weren't born yet, but somebody we all know. And I'm riding alone in the car with him that day, taking him to a ranch. And I just got assigned to the security detail. I'm 20 years old. I have no idea what to talk about. And I turned to the gentleman on my right and I said, Governor, you know, you've been the president of the Screen Actors Guild. You're a successful actor. You have a great speaking tour with General Electric. And you made a lot of money in your life. Why did you run for governor? And he says, well, I can't do that. He says, Mark, you can't impact the outcome of a game if you don't join the team. So speed forward, I did a law enforcement career for 34 years, and this gentleman is standing right over there, and the sheriff, and the former Clerk-Recorder retired early midway through his term, and they all approached and pushed and said, we'd really like you to run for this business. And he said, what the heck do I know about the Clerk-Recorder? And why me? And he said, well, half of the job is dealing with law. And it's a highly regulated business. All your personal and business documents are regulated by law, and the preservation of those. And the stewardship of the offices that we issue oaths of office to and licenses to. And the other half is elections. So why not put a cop in charge of elections? But I wasn't an easy sell. Greg can attest to that. But our Board of Supervisors back in 2009 were discussing, because there was an opening, about combining the offices and making your registrar of voters become an appointed person accountable to a bureaucrat with no fingerprints on it as to the actions that they would take with this office. And I harken back to a few years earlier in my life when I had black hair. And I said, you know, this is my time to step up. This is my time to join the team. And that's why I ran for office. Unfortunately, we were successful, and here I am again, running for Clerk-Recorder for our second term. And I don't know where the time went. It just seems like it was yesterday, but here we are again. So we've got a lot of things accomplished this first term. I had several things that I wanted to make sure that we did during our first term. I wanted to raise the profile of the office, make it more efficient, bring it to modern day standards. We've launched a new website. I found it very difficult as I was running for office. We're the heaviest travel office in Ventura County on a year-round basis. Lots of customers. All of you are my clients, whether you know it or not. Business, real estate, birth, death, and marriage. I'm also the Commissioner of Civil Marriages. I can't help any of you with that today. So, very busy place, but couldn't get any information out. We've launched a very vibrant website. Now the folks can get information in an easy manner, to make it easy to deal with the government. You can't shop anyplace else when you come to my office. I can't send you down the street to get your services, to get your marriage license, to get your business license. When you come to my office, my wife was a buyer. My wife of 25, almost 26 years now, was a buyer for most of her life. And she said, you know, the best service that you're ever going to get is if you go to Nordstrom. And so one of the ideals that we have in our office is, and most of my employees are women, is I want anybody that comes to our counter to do business with us, because they can't go anyplace else, to be treated like they're shopping at Nordstrom. So we're able to put that in, and that's a pretty easy thing to do. We also launched a brand new, one of the things we need to do, elections is a cornerstone, as Greg has said, of our democracy. They should be beyond any kind kind of question, beyond any kind of question as to, are things being done right? We launched a website for election night reporting with all of our cell phones and all the smartphones we have, or iPads, anything that you use for a device. You can look in real time on election day and see where people are voting, what precincts are voting. It's a very, very vibrant thing, and the reason I've got this in my hand now is because I'm trying to tell you how many days it is to election day. Does anybody know? Well, we're under 40 days. We're under 40 days to election day. The election's coming quick. The candidates that are out here, including myself, not only I'm preparing for election, but I'm a candidate myself. We all know we're all tired, right? We're all trying to get out and get the word out. But in 40 days, all of you will be sitting down and making choices as to who's going to represent us to do our work, regardless what the job is. And when all of us that are elected to public office, when we raise our right hand and swear that we're going to follow the laws of the land and follow the laws of the state of California, what you are entrusted, what voters entrust to that person, is that bond to get that work done in a legal, moral, and ethical manner. I've been doing that for 42 years in my public service career. And many of you here, including my friend the district attorney as well. Integrity is job one. Along the way of the improvements we've made in the office, I've saved $2.3 million given back to taxpayers. It's an easy thing to do. You can adjust your business hours, you can streamline your services. I promised when I was running for election to open services in the East County office. We've opened an office here in the city of Thousand Oaks so we can service our constituents here. We've done a lot of things in the Clerk-Recorder's office. I've made my folks tired. But all of them have been designed to preserve your history, your historical, business, and personal documents, and to protect our democracy. And that is job one for me, is to protect our democracy. You can be assured here in Ventura County that your elections are going to be conducted without voter fraud. We've got a very vibrant voter fraud investigation program I promised to do when I was running for office. Thanks to the district attorney's office, we are investigating those folks that think that they want to do something nefarious when it comes to election time. We also have an investigator assigned to document fraud. We involved very heavily with the district attorney's office and the real estate fraud advisory team. And that is our job. Our job is to protect you. So as I go look forward to this next term and to move forward, to finish the work and build upon the work that we started in our first term, you can rest assured that when I go to work every day, the first thing I have in mind, I understand who I work for, and I understand and I value the trust that you placed in me to take care of all of you. And I look forward to serving you again next term. Look forward to seeing you